Alfred Petechko, 517 Swihart Road, McDonald. Just asking in the repeat of last month if there was any more discussion about anything else being that's going to proceed about things getting done to fix the water problem on Swihart Road.
The stormwater drain issue with the rainwater and everything?
Yeah.
Dan, I think I was up there looking at it, but I know you went up too with Bill, correct?
Actually, Bill and Joe went up to take a look at it when they were looking at some other road issues. And there is some necessary work that would have to occur up there to correct the drainage. I think we gave the supervisors a memo on that. The approximate cost was about $7,000 to do some milling and paving up there to correct the drainage. So we can discuss that further in the engineer's report if you'd like.
Okay. Now, I did notice there was a stormwater drain down about the third house down, and that's where everything would drain down to.
Correct.
So that was my only concern because it's on the south side of Swihart Road, and it drains underneath the road to the north side, and it dumps on one property owner there. You see a problem with that at all?
Try to be.
That would be the only thing that I could see that we might have to address down the road.
Is it on both of your properties?
Both properties, yes. 517 and 535. I didn't see a problem with the drainage. That works fine. The water's not making it to the drainage. That's the problem.
But my comment was if they go ahead and take and pitch the road so that it goes over.
Yeah,
the
this
stormwater
road
drain,
would
it's
make
all
it to
gonna
the
go-
drain,
it's
then
all
there
gonna go
wouldn't
to
be
the
an
drain
issue.
then.
That is correct.
And I think that's what Joe was talking about. That's what they looked at.
Right.
With doing the proper milling, then the water would not drain to your side. It would drain to, you're on the north side, it would drain to the south side of the road and then go to the stormwater drain.
Both of my properties are on the south side. The water's draining to the south.
All right, we're gonna get the water to the north side of the road and get it into the.
That, right, that's what has to be done. Right.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That is, he's right.
Because towards Canonsburg is south.
Oh, no, I'm sorry then. Yeah, I'm on the north side. So it would have to go to the south.
North
South.
on 980 would be the other direction.
Right,
towards
south
Beaverton.
Canonsburg side it would have to go to, right, I'm on the north side. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Right.
so
That's-
you were all three property owners are right there on the north side.
On the north side,
What
yeah.
you were talking about was pitching the road so that it drains to the south side of the road and goes to the stormwater.
I'm sorry, it's supposed to, yeah, it's supposed to drain to the side, yeah, slope it to the south side.
Okay,
That's what we're doing.
Right.
okay. So we'll address that then, I guess, in.
I don't know if you need a motion to do that or whatever, but it'll be done as a part of the paving program this year. The board advises us to do that. And based upon the unit prices, the approximate cost is about $7,000.
And that would alleviate the problem altogether.
We're gonna have to get out there and take some elevations and paint it out with the contractor to get it exactly right. It's very tricky. I mean, there's very slight nuances in the road, so we're gonna have to get out there just with a level, take some elevations.
Basically, have the north side's elevation raised slightly or the south side lower, whatever combination it takes
To get it to
to
the.
get it to the south side of it, so that it goes to the drain.
And about money for that. We take care of that.
Well, we're gonna have the pre-construction meeting tomorrow with the contractors. Once we get the schedule for Elizabeth, we'll have a better idea when this can be addressed.
I have another question also. My name is Teresa Petchko. If I'm not mistaken, Range Resources paid to do that road? Am I
I
correct?
understand that, yeah.
So why can't we go back at them and have them fix it instead of costing the township money?
We could always ask that and see.
I mean,
It
they
might take
fixed it,
longer
and
to
they
get
did it
fixed that.
incorrectly. Instead of us as township taxpayers paying this bill, the people that installed the road should fix it and make it right.
We have an agreement with Range, I believe, when we did that. I just haven't looked at that agreement in years. I don't remember exactly what the terms were. I know they spent, $600,000 or $700,000 or so to put that road in, and I don't remember whether there was any sort of maintenance or modifications for how they did. I understand.
I understand they spent a lot of money on road, but if it was done incorrectly, is one thing. I mean,
I'd have to look at the agreement to see what we, because they weren't obligated to do that road, so I'm not sure what we accepted in the agreement, I just don't recall.
So maybe we don't vote, it's going to spend $7,000, so we take it too.
Well, I mean, I think you could do the alternative. You could just vote to do it, and we can get range to do it. They'll do it if not.
And then you can look at the agreement, we could always vote to do it, and you can look at the agreement and see if there's any way. that-
Yeah, I mean, I can look at it tomorrow. I didn't know you were coming to do that.
But make copy of it.
Yeah, I'll make it short.
Do we have a motion to do this? Okay, there's been a motion, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, what the motion would be is to do what you talked about, Dan and Joe, with John checking into
Yeah,
agreement
the
with
motion
range.
is for the township to do the work, and for some reason, we believe that can be paid by, a third party. We'll explore that as well. So you're not waiting for that.
Okay. So it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. So moved.
Okay. And then I would just like to take a moment and apologize for speaking out at the last meeting. I know I was very rude, but when people were asking in the audience that they can't hear, I think that we should take the time to stop so that people can hear what's being said, especially when the whole audience is saying that they can't hear.
I agree. We were having problems with the microphones last month, too. So I noted, and I talked into it several times last month, and it wasn't picking up at all.
Right. And then also, I wanted to comment on the addition that you are looking at to put onto this building. Did we not go into a lot of debt when we put this actual building up?
Yes, and it'll actually be paid off next year in 2015.
Okay.
And one of the problems is the township has grown tremendously, and we actually, Tom was looking last year what we could do with maybe moving around inside here, trying to rearrange offices. And basically, when we had a meeting with municipal authority, we found out that it was just too crowded. There wasn't really any other option.
Okay.
And basically, that was why we decided to move forward, is to see what this would cost.
Right. Because I do think that our roads are very important to take care of in the township. You know, I mean, I know the guys are out there and they're putting stuff in some of the holes to try and compensate a little bit. But, you know, our roads need taken care of. And I think that that's first and foremost over an additional board. You know, I think people's concerns are more important than building an addition onto the building. I think you need to listen to the residents when they're telling you things. You know, the township is very important. And I don't understand why sometimes that we don't listen to the residents when they're speaking on different issues. I know that you can't please everybody, but you do need to listen and understand each individual's points and views. Maybe, you know, if we have a problem with money, maybe we should look at, you know, some salaries and health insurances being cut so that we can afford to pay for the roads. You know, I mean, that's just an option. I just want to make sure that, you know, you guys hear when people are speaking.
Thank you. Are there any other comments on the floor? Okay,
Excuse me, I have two comments. I received a letter from a resident of Cecil Township on April 30th, and his comment is, when is Cecil Township's road repair program going to start? Some of the roads he drives on are actually in really bad shape. Hickory Grade Road has huge potholes, so does Klinger Road and Anger, or at least they did last week. There are two Cecil Townships, the one on the southeast side, the other on Route 50. Night and day difference. Route 50 is a disgrace. I feel like I'm in the 50s when I'm driving on it. When is the township going to allow gas drilling to occur? Is the township going to create a stormwater management authority? And those were his questions. The other thing that I wanted to bring to everyone's attention is this is a portion of an article from the Kansas City Business, the Kansas City Star. And I'm just going to read parts of it to you. After early complaints that out-of-state firms got the most jobs, some local construction trade workers and union members in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia say they're now benefiting in a big way from the Marcellus and Utica shale and gas boom. Dennis Martyr, the Mid-Atlantic Regional Manager for the Laborers International Union, or LEUNA, which represents workers in numerous construction trades, says, quote, "The shale became a lifesaver and a lifeline for a lot of working families." He said that as huge quantities of natural gas were extracted from the vast shale reserves over the last 5 years, union work on large pipeline jobs in Pennsylvania and West Virginia increased significantly. In 2008, LEUNA members worked about 400,000 hours on such jobs. By 2012, 4 years later, that had risen to 5.7 million hours. That's my only comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any other further comments? We're going to move on to, okay, step to the microphone, please.
To follow up on what Elizabeth was talking about, I think one of the issues that I found was, especially with Mark West, is where can they put a pump station in Cecil Township?
I'm sorry, can you repeat what you said that was?
Where would they be allowed to put a pump station in Cecil Township?
They asked you this question, or?
Yes,
What kind of a pump station, natural gas?
yes, or compressor station, I'm sorry.
Compressor station?
You have to have them apply for something.
No, I'm asking a question. Where can they put it? Because they tried to put it in industrial, supposedly industrial property. Where can they put it? Because you guys said you're supporting drilling. Tell me where they can put it.
It's an industrial use, so put it in an industrial area.
But didn't
You
they?
would have to
they
buy
got-
a property
they got
off of something.
denied that permit.
That is an industrial area.
It's
and
a
it-
light
Or they did not.
I said industrial, so I'm just,
Mark,
it's an
Okay.
I-1.
so answer my question. Where can they put it?
They have to do what every other company or industry does, and they have to find a heavy industrial or some sort of use that fits their purpose, purchase it.
So in Cecil
apply
Township,
for it.
where would that be?
Nowhere.
Well, there's industrial.
So,
you might have to buy property for something.
that's the answer to my question. So where are they going to put it if they were to apply for a permit? You guys, you kind of want to fight where they want to put it, but there's no place that you've assigned to them. So where would it go?
So let me turn the question around, just to play devil's advocate. Where would they put it in Mount Lebanon?
Who cares about Mount Lebanon? Come on.
Where can they put it in this township? Because they tried to let you.
Drama queen.
Because they thought that's where it fit. Where are they going to put it?
Mike, I want to say something if I could. I don't think that litigation is completed yet. Is that correct, John? It's still before the Commonwealth.
You're right, Elizabeth. That was argued in November, December.
Let me say this, it's my understanding,
Well-
and Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, please, that if there is no space for them, if there's nowhere that they can put it, which is the case, I believe that through a curative amendment that they can go anywhere in the township that they want. Now, am I right, Tom? No. John?
No,
I'm not right?
no. A curative amendment is if we would deny the use in total. We just have to allow for every legal use in the township. We don't have to accommodate. Like if somebody wants to put a steel mill in, we don't have to go find them a place to put a steel mill.